Good day, everybody. This is your host Ali Rathor from TechRath, and in today's tutorial, the static model that we made in the previous tutorial that was a low poly water, we are going to animate it like this. It looks pretty good. It is very easy, and just follow the basic steps and you guys will do it in no time. Again, this is a beginner's tutorial, so for those of you who are handy with Blender, please show some patience for our beginners. And here we go. Welcome back, guys. Now, for those of you who are joining this tutorial, this is the model that we created in our previous tutorial, that low poly water modeling. So if you guys missed that one, you can click on the link above and in the description as well, and you could follow that one. So in this one, as said earlier, we're going to animate this water model. Now with the animation, I have to be very clear that you can actually animate anything that you put displace in it. So it could be a cube, it could be a car, it could be a plane. Any model that you have that is using this displace model can use this technique to animate it. Now, to begin, what you guys gonna do is go to the right hand section top right, and you're gonna hide your model. Now press, you might have the cursor in the middle, so mine is not there. I'm just gonna press shift and right click, press 1 to see if it's in the middle, press 3 to see on the side. Now it's everywhere. If you guys don't know a shortcut where we can just move this one here, let me know in the comment section below. Now to begin this animation, we need to check a setting for Blender. What you guys need to do is go to the edit and preference. Now if you're in previous versions of Blender, maybe 2.9 or previous ones, the animation section is in the editing section, right? So look into it where you can find it. Because I am in the 3.2.1 version, they have now given the animation section separately. So what you need to go into the animation section, let me know which version you guys are using in the comment section, and if you were able to find your option. So you need to find the animation option. Now going to the animation option, you'll have a timeline and keyframe and F curves, right? So the one that we are looking for is called the F curves. This one, F curves, right? Now you need to look at the option of default interpolation. Now by default, what you guys will have is called Bezier. This is by default. Now what this does is, when you play the animation, for example, if you have a straight going animation, so it'll start off slowly and it'll end quickly. So that does not give you a smooth animation, like if you want an animation that needs to be uniform all over, and this is what we need. So you need to change default interpolation from Bezier to linear. You can change it on project to project basis. At the moment we need this one. I hope you guys found it. You need to go to animation, either it will be in the editing section or in the animation one if you're using 2.9 and above. So once that's done, come back. Now we're gonna do is press shift A. You need to go to curves. Again, don't go to mesh and circle. We're gonna add a circle, but this needs to be curve and circle, right? Once click that one, and on the right hand side you see the name Bezier circle. Bezier circle, sorry, my apologies. Again, don't get pissed off by my English. English ain't my first language. It's not even my second, maybe my fourth one. So my apologies for my pronunciation, right? So once you've done this one, you need to do is, again, you can leave it as it is. You can click outside or you can have it selected. It's up to you. We're gonna press shift A again. Now if you read the options, come down, and you'll go mesh, curve, surface, metabol, text, blah 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 blah. You'll have this option empty, right? So for empty, we're gonna click the plane axis. Are you getting this one? So empty, press Shift A, come to empty and click plane axis, and you'll have something like this. If this is hard to see for you guys, what you guys can do is on the left hand side, select the fourth options, which is the rotate options, because we're going to rotate it around the circle. So click it and you'll see these 3D options. So that is absolutely fine. I hope you guys are still looking at it. All right, now what you need to do is we need to go to the object constraint properties, select the empty object, go to the constraint properties, that is on the right hand side. You'll see this one, object constraint properties. I think this is the third last from the bottom, object constraint properties, and we're gonna add a constraint. So once you click this one, go to the last column, relationships, and we're going to select follow path. Add a constraint to the active object, follow path, used to animate an object following a path. So we're going to give it a path. So click that one and you'll have these options. So on the right hand side, we have the first option, target. So we're just going to click it and we're going to give it a target of Bezier circle. Beautiful, isn't it? So I hope you guys have successfully followed this one. If you can't follow it, just select if you've selected something else. Again, click empty, go to the third last option, which is object constraint, click the object and follow path. In follow path, we're going to give it a target, that is our circle, the Bezier circle. And just to check if this is working, click offset and move your mouse and you'll see, voila. Wow, I'm gonna make it 0. Right now, at the bottom part, this is the animation window. Again, if this is hidden, just open the window from the window section and search on your version how you can show the animation. Now for us, this ends, the animation time frame ends at 250. Now you can have either 120 frames, but I like to go 240. You guys can go at 120. This says end frame and this says start frame, so 1 to 240, that's fine. So what you need to do is, again, select empty, come to the constraint one. Now on the offset, make the value 0, right click on the value and it'll give you the first option saying insert keyframe. Now keeping in mind, you need to keep in mind that the frame in the animation is 1. So I'm going to do it again, offset, right click, insert keyframe, and you'll see this, a blue button showing that the keyframe has been put. Now what you need to do is come to your last frame. So mine is 241. So next to the clock, you'll see the frame that you have actually selected. So mine is 240. But for the end position, because to make it more smoother, we're gonna use 241. So we're going 1 frame forward. This is a normal animation practice. That's because we won't feel any delay on the starting and the ending point. Now coming back to the offset, again you've selected, if you've selected 120 frames, then you'll have to put a keyframe on 121. If you have 240, you need to put keyframe on 241. So if you have 60 frames, then 61. If you have 30 frames, 31. So it's up to you guys, but I'm doing it in 241. Coming to the offset, I'm just gonna make it 100, because 100 means this has made the whole circle. Right click, insert keyframe. Right now, coming back, changing this, I'm gonna play it and you can see that our animation plays very smoothly. See, it doesn't stop, it's very smooth. I hope you guys have followed this one. Once this is done, what you need to do is make our plane, the water that we made in the previous tutorial. Again, if you guys have missed it, you can follow it in the description and as well on the top right corner. Now for this one, select our plane, go to the modifier properties, which is this wrench icon. Now, if you remember from the previous tutorial, the space we did local. We're gonna change this one to, oh sorry, coordinates. My apology, not space, coordinates. From local to object. Again, select the water, go to the properties, modifier properties, the wrench one, and you'll have the coordinates. In the last tutorial we did local. You have to click it and click object. Once you've done that, it'll ask you for the object, and we're gonna give it the object empty. Again, don't choose the circle, we're gonna choose empty game object, right? Once that is done, what you're gonna do is click the empty game object, because that's where our animation is, right? You can click left click outside to see the animation, and then this is how it's gonna go. See? So this is our water animation. So easy, isn't it? So you haven't had to render this animation. We've done it here. It looks pretty smooth. Now, for those of you who need to look at it for low poly, in the last tutorial at the end, what I did was I clicked on the water panel and right clicked and shade smooth, so you can do shade flat. So this is pure low poly, and if you do this, you can use this in your games, in your videos. You can use it in Unreal, or you can use it in Unity game development. That's what we do. We have other game development tutorials as well, but for me, I like it shade smooth. It gives you more look of the water. So that's our animation. Right now, for me, the PC I'm in, it doesn't have any graphic card. We've got the RTX 3060 Ti, so I'm just going to configure that. Otherwise, I would have shown you if you want to render the animation, just go to render animation, control F12, and it's going to render this one. Again, keeping in mind, if you want to go to the render properties, render engine, either you want Eve or you want cycles. If you press cycles and I press render, I don't want to crash my PC, so I'm just going to keep it to Eve. Eve is fine as well. So that finishes your water with animation, and I hope you guys liked it. It helped you a lot. Again, with this technique for the Bezier circle, I'll tell you another thing. So you see the circle size, so click Bezier and press S to scale and make it smaller. This is very fun part, right? So the smaller the circle, the smoother the animation. It's like the water is very smooth, slow waves, right? But if you change the size of this one bigger, it shows more turmoil. So see, more speed, more turmoil. So if you're looking for storms scene, maybe you're going to show the water being in tremendous thunderstorm, you can use the size, but for me, I'm gonna use it very smaller, give it a smooth waves of the water. I hope this helps you guys. Again, don't forget to subscribe our channel, like the video, and click the bell icon. And while you're at it, share your experience on our comment section. If you have anything to say, positive, negative, anything, if you have suggestions regarding this video, or if you want to see another tutorial, if you need any help, just ping me up. This is your host, Ali Rator from TechRet. I hope you guys make a lot of creative stuff from this and have fun. Stay safe. See you in the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.